Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! I hope you guys are ready. It is playoff time.
After all the hours, the weeks, the months, it's finally time. The journey to the grand finals starts now.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level.
This is about to get nasty.
They make it look easy. This guy is an absolute maniac.
Oh, that's carnage! And the rock stars of the Overwatch League continue to crank out power chords.
It's playing week, and there's one simple truth: win or go home.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel.
You got a long road ahead to hold that trophy, to wear that crown, and that journey starts now. So come and get it. What's good, Overwatch fans? I hope you're ready for some more playoff action because we are live with day 2 of the 2019 Overwatch League postseason, where 2 more teams will be eliminated today. The Shanghai Dragons are back in the building less than 12 hours after taking out the Philadelphia Fusion last night. As a reward, they'll get to play another elimination game against our 2018 Grand Finals champions. The London Spitfire are hoping to start a new run to this year's Grand Finals today. It's number 7 versus number 11, and the loser's season is over. This match is 30 minutes away. Welcome to the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. I'm Malik Forte, joined by So, Brent, and Sideshow. As always, guys, I am hyped. Day 2 is here, and I don't know, I got more energy today. I don't know, didn't sleep much, but yeah, I am
It's that
wired
video.
right now.
I kid you not.
It is
It's
the
that
video.
video.
Yeah, it's the hype
It's
video.
like, I felt a little sluggish this morning, but now I just watched that hype video and I was like, I'm in this.
You can also think of this as the Watchpoint post show, if you want
Yeah.
to.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're just carrying it on.
Oh,
But I
the
mean,
other one was a pre-show.
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe.
But also, I mean, Shanghai, they're going to be hyped coming into this one. They're already warmed up from the night before as well.
That's
like, they're good, you know?
that-
They're moving straight into this match. Honestly, though, the games, in all seriousness, are going to be phenomenal. We get to finally see what London's made of. We get to just see all of these unknown teams. We don't really know. We've heard the rumors. London apparently are sick.
Yeah. We're going to see if the Dragons are tired or warmed up. It's going to be interesting to see, guys. There's more going on today than just 2 elimination playoff matches, though. That's because we're announcing the first ever Overwatch League Role Stars. We'll reveal the top 4 tanks, supports, and damage dealers as voted by team general managers, coaches, the media, and us, the on-air talent. Plus, it's been a long and kind of weird season for our reigning champions, the Spitfire, but Prophet and Gesture and Fury are here to explain how they still plan to reach the top of the mountain yet again this year. When the pros take the stage, you'll see 2 win or go home matches between the Spitfire and the Shanghai Dragons, as well as the Guangzhou Charge taking on the Seoul Dynasty. As you can see, Chengdu and Philadelphia were eliminated last night, and 2 more teams will be sent packing today. After taking out the runner-ups from last year's Grand Finals, Shanghai will now try to best the London team that won those Grand Finals. The Dragons took the only match between these teams in 5 maps back in Stage 1. What's something they can lean on if they want to pull off the win this time, Zoe?
Well, as per usual, we have to look at their damage dealing duo, specifically Youngjin. His Doomfist yesterday pounded. All right, he just swept the floor with the Philadelphia Fusion. On the back of that Doomfist performance, the Shanghai Dragons managed to win more than just one crucial find, more than just one crucial point. He has been absolute standout player yesterday with a lot of really clutch plays, and it's going to be rough for the London Spitfire to actually stop that. What will they rely on? Will they just heavily focus on him, or will they actually play something like Zombra to take that Doomfist out of the equation, which would potentially mean we might see Guard back in the lineup? Who knows?
Interesting. Yeah, Young Jin was pounding yesterday. He was crazy. Well, this is the first we'll see of the Spitfire on the new playoff patch. So who do you expect to lead the charge into the new meta for the London Spitfire, Sideshow?
I think you've always got to look at Prophet. He is the superstar for this team, the playoffs MVP last time when they won the grand finals. And we've seen him on a range of different heroes. He's probably one of the most flexible players, perhaps the most flexible DPS player we have in the entire league. We've seen him on the Hanzo, the Sombra, the Mei, the Zarya, the Brigitte, a bunch of other different heroes as well. and that's not even counting his Tracer and his Genji that he played last season. Now, I'm expecting to see a lot of him on Symmetra. He's been grinding it in ranked. He was at some point #1. At the moment, he's #5 on the ranked ladder, and the only player in the top 5 that's played a bunch of Symmetra. So this guy is somebody that's put in the work for this new patch coming up and could very well just take the stage by storm.
Wow.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And if Prophet's bringing the spice, I think it's Fury who's going to be bringing the milk as well, just to really
That's the
temper
classic combo.
expectations, you know, the classic combo.
What?
I wouldn't know about it. But Fury has been so phenomenal in this off-tank role. He's played the D.Va to such a high level, leading the league in many categories, but also the Roadhog. He's one of the few players who can play both of them to an elite level. And now we're moving into a sort of meta for the first time in a very long time where the off-tank has to pick up a new hero, and it's in the form of Sigma. The off-tank players are having to pick up this hero now. And Fury, he's playing these other heroes to such a high level. I am eager now to see what he's going to be bringing to the stage now playing Sigma, because we've seen Hopper. He plays it to a reasonably high level, but I reckon Fury's just going to dunk on everyone on that role.
Can I just quickly chime in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so if one of them brings the spice and Fury brings the milk, that
Yeah.
means that he's canceling out the spice.
Yeah, but it's
Is that why
actually-
you're drinking
I
milk?
knew this was going to happen.
It's Greek milk.
So what
They've
you're
act-
saying is he's going to
Nah,
pull the whole
they
team
put some
down?
jalapeno peppers in the milk. They're fooling you.
Okay.
You think,
Oh,
you think
okay.
it's going to be temperate
All right, I
and spicy, but
misunderstood,
don't
I
worry.
guess.
You're
I'm
making
sorry.
it
You
You guys
spicy.
must be having flashbacks to our Hot Wings segment, it sounds
Yeah,
like right
actually.
now.
No, actually, no, it's almond milk. It doesn't actually help at all.
No, it really didn't.
Yeah,
Well, you guys would be the experts on this, I must say. All right, our second elimination match today features 2 teams playing each other for the 3rd time in 3 months. The Guangzhou Charge beat Chengdu last night to earn the right to play our 8th-seeded Seoul Dynasty. These 2 teams split a pair of matches in stages 3 and 4. Guangzhou won the most recent match and had a stronger stage 4 overall. So how did that carry over into the Charge's first playoff match last night, Zoe?
Well, I mean, they looked phenomenal. Each and every person on that team played their role almost to perfection, I dare say. And one which really stood out was once again Shu. I've been on board the Shu train ever since this season started, and he had phenomenal performances very early on in the season. Granted, he and the whole team kind of fell off later stages. However, his Ana has looked really, really crisp. Yesterday, he hit so many crucial biotic grenades, and he will go up against no other than the infamous Ana player Ryu Jae-hong. So this is going to be a battle for the ages. I can't wait to see which of those 2 players will come out on top. Is it Ryu Jae-hong or our new player, our rookie of the year potentially?
Shoo. Maybe.
A passing of the guard of
I,
sorts.
I was a little bit worried about the Guangzhou Charge moving forward, because I thought we were going to be moving into like a meta where the damage dealers couldn't really have as much impact, and boy was I wrong. We saw incredible impact actually from a few of the players, namely Eileen, a guy who normally we only see him burrow out for the clutch moments, for the control maps, for the Guangzhou Charge, because of his Doomfist in particular. He's a sort of specialist on this role. And now we're moving into this double shield meta, but one thing that shields really don't stop is a flying fist going straight through them, straight into your backline. So Eileen has been inspecting now into these lineups, and it's been tremendous in terms of the amount of impact he's been able to have for them. But the question is now, can they keep this going? Because yes, they did very well, and Nero had an amazing game as well. I can't forget that. But can they keep it going against some of the better teams in the playoff runs? Well, that's what we're here to find out.
The wise masters from Guangzhou always did say a shield can't stop a flying fist.
That's true.
I do remember that. It was the
my
wise
teachings.
old man
Yes,
from there.
yes.
Even though it was Eileen that really dictated the style yesterday, I feel like Nero was robbed of player of the match. His Pharah performance was incredible, transcendent. It was one of the best Pharah performances I've ever seen on this stage. It was nuts.
What is this?
It was crazy. He dominated Jinmu, and there was nothing that the Chengdu Hunters could do when Guangzhou had incredible aerial superiority the entire time. He's going up against Fleta, and this head-to-head matchup, this 2v2 between the Pharahs and the Mercies, is going to decide so much today. Fleta was able to put on big performances throughout 2018. We've seen glimmers of it in 2019, but he's a notoriously inconsistent player. Fleta needs to bring his A-game today and has to go toe-to-toe with Nero, if you pardon the Sigma pun, because they absolutely have to make sure they don't get dominated like Chengdu were yesterday.
Wait, so you telling me that potentially we're going to see dogfights between Nero and Fleta?
Oh, absolutely. I think we're going to see it the whole time.
Sign me up. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be awesome. Well, guys, plenty of star power taking our stage today, but only the biggest playmakers can be winners of our Role Star Awards. We'll reveal the top 4 players at each position for 2019 coming up next on the Watchpoint Pre-Show presented by State Farm.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's Network, T-Mobile.
It's time to reveal the 2019 Overwatch League Role Stars as voted by team general managers, coaches, the media, and our broadcast talent. There are 4 winners at each position. Let's start with your 4 damage-dealing Role Stars. We've got Corey from the Washington Justice, Ding from the Shanghai Dragons, Hoxel from the Vancouver Titans, and Sinatra from the San Francisco Shock. Moving on to our Role Stars at the support position, the players receiving the most votes were IDK from the Hangzhou Spark, Kriv from the LA Valiant, Moth from the Shock, and Twilight from the Titans. So the Shock and Titans each have 2 winners so far. And last but not least, it's our tank Role Stars for 2019. The top 4 vote getters were Choi Open from the Shock, Gushui from the Hangzhou Spark, Mono repping the NYXL, and Super from the Shock. So both Shock tanks make the list, and the Shock lead the way with 4 of 12 Role Stars coming from their team. This was a tough voting process, but in the end, the 4 winners from each position make a lot of sense when you look at the seasons that they have. So let's take a closer look at our winners, starting with Koi from the Washington Justice, a team that underperformed, but he was definitely the diamond in the rough for them all season long.
He really was. He even performed well and had standout performances when the team was losing. And they looked really, really bad at the beginning of the season. However, Corey just time and time again managed to have standout performances on his Hanzo, on his Widowmaker. He sometimes single-handedly carried teamfights.
Yeah, I think it's a testament as well that he's won this Role Stars award. Now he's in the top 4, given how poor his performance and his team's performance was in the first 3 stages. The fact that he still won it off the back of his Hanzo performance, phenomenal.
Then got our attention when he flexed onto the Sombra during the 3-3 meta. And then later in the season, we've been seeing him killing it on Pharah as well. One of the most consistent players in the league, in my opinion.
Absolutely. A little like Corey, he really excelled once he was away from that diva within the GOATs and was able to play the Pharah a lot in Stage 3. And one of the players, absolutely carry player, that led them to that Stage 3 title. They would not have been able to do it without Ding.
Yeah, dictated the style for them across the board. A really good choice all in all.
Now our next player, Hoxel, a little bit under the radar since he was stuck in brick jail, but still made a huge impact for the Vancouver Titans in his Genji. Disgusting.
But easily the best Brigitte that we had in the entire league.
Yeah.
And then once he was unleashed, did things like this with the Mei and the Genji. Unbelievable player this season.
I mean, it took 3 stages for us to... We were waiting for that Genji to come out. And when it came out, he came out storming. It absolutely worked. It was beautiful.
Unreal performance.
Indeed. Last but not least, we got Sinatra from the San Francisco Shock. We saw this man come out, learn the Zarya, kill it on Zarya, and then in this new meta, every time he comes in, makes a huge impact for the San Francisco Shock.
Yeah. Not only did he lead the charge for his team on the Zarya, I should say. I was about to call it the Sinatra. That's how much I associate the hero with. But he also can play a lot of these damage-dealing heroes, which, I mean, a lot of players, they flex over to it. They play tank heroes for too long. They can't flex back over to it. But Sinatra just steps back into the role easily. And also, probably one of the most improved players we've had in the league as well for the damage-dealing role itself. Given that, you know, previously, last year, wasn't too hot, came in with a lot of hype, but now he's finally delivering.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right about that, man. Sinatrá's been killing it. The damage dealing position has seen most the meta changes over the course of the season. So congrats to those four who kept the damage coming all season long, regardless of the composition of the meta. But let's walk through our support role stars now, starting with IDK. When I think of IDK, I think of environmental kills. This guy kills it when it comes to Lucio.
He's got to be one of the best main supports that we have in the entire league and has been throughout the entirety of this year. Remember, he's actually a rookie player. He's just been in the Tier 2 scene for a long time now, crushing it in the Tier 2 scene as well, and made such an impact as soon as he steps into the league. He's phenomenal.
Easily one of the most clutch players I think we've got on the main support role as well. I can't remember. Honestly, countless amounts of times he's won for his team in the map 5 scenarios.
Yeah, moving along, we got Kariv here. He's made a name for himself last year, flexing onto DPS. Here this year, played a lot of Zenyatta, and then his Ana. You're going to go to sleep if you run into Kariv, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, he's had quite a back and forth in the league now from different roles and different teams. Now, I think he's really shining right now in this very meta. His Ana has looked phenomenal. So many great sleep darts. And I'm talking about really, really crazy angles here, which he seems to be hitting all over the place. So overall, fantastic player there.
Moving along, we got Moth, one of the quiet leaders of the San Francisco Shock. And also one of those support players who makes a big impact and big plays when definitely needed.
Yeah, I feel like he gets almost living in the shadow of a lot of his colleagues and his peers on the San Francisco Shock because there's so many good roles on that one team. You got Sinatraa, you got Super, all making big names, but Moth kind of just slides by. But he is one of the best main supports that we've got in the game right now. And also one of the most improved as well. He wasn't really a player that people were keeping an eye on early on in the seasons, but here we are. He's currently playing like one of the best.
Right, and last but not least on support, we got Twilight. You guys know how strong his Zenyatta is, and his Ana not too shabby either. He'll lullaby you real quick if you come across him, man.
His Ana, phenomenal, and honestly a strong leader for overall MVP as well. If you consider stages 1 through 3, when the Vancouver Titans were playing at their best, they relied on Twilight pumping out that healing and that support from his role. Just the true definition of a support, always in the right place at the right time.
All right, and that does it for our support role stars. But we're going to move on to tanks and jump straight in with Choi Ho Ben. What more can we say about Choi Ho Ben? This man is pretty much a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything on Flex Tank.
I know, he's just so good. I mean, we've been complimenting his diva throughout the entirety of the season, but now seeing him switching over to the Roadhog, he looks phenomenal. What a hook accuracy. What a force to be reckoned with. This tank line from the San Francisco Shock looks basically unstoppable.
One of the few players who can play up to an elite level on both the Diva and the Roadhog, and he's just put in the work. He's Mr. Consistent, and that's what you need in your off-tank play. You need someone who's going to perform day in, day out.
Here we have Gushue, one of the strongest main tanks in the league, the master of the primal rage. And what more can I say? When he's in, the Hangzhou sparkle a lot better, and they win.
And I love the adversity that this team has overcome. You know, the guy doesn't speak Korean as a main language. He is Chinese. He's from China.
He's had to learn Korean.
How have they overcome this? It's magical. It's an unbelievable achievement for the Hangzhou Spark, and it just makes everything that Gushue achieves so much more special.
Yeah, and it's a shame, honestly, that we're probably not going to be seeing as much Winston. I mean, the guy was just an absolute freak on that role.
A lot of people were saying the NYXL have underperformed this year in what people expected them to do, but Mono definitely has kept them afloat, definitely been the, I would say, diamond in the rough for their team.
That's the thing, he's not really popping up with too many flashy plays. I say that as he's like hitting a 6K or something, but honestly, he's kind of going under the radar very often, but he's just so consistent.
Yes.
He's just so very consistent. It's phenomenal what he and Meko were able to do for this team.
Yep, low resources, always reliable, phenomenal performance.
And last but not least at tank, we got our man Super. I mean, he's so good in the neutral. What more can we say about this guy? He's phenomenal at main tank. And the San Francisco Shock, man, they just got too much firepower on their team.
That's what I mean. This team is too stacked, and Super, another player that's just improved meteorically, it feels like, as well, since the beginning of his career last year. The guy's just really improved now to an elite level. He really did lead his team with Reinhardt subtly in a lot of ways.
Yes, indeed. Well, guys, congratulations again to our 2019 Overwatch League Role Stars. No Role Stars on London Spitfire this year, but they are still the only team to have won the Grand Finals trophy. I heard that, man. Can London run it back? We'll tell you next on the Watchpoint Pre-Show.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
getting rid of something instantly. There goes Fusions, and now Calyx. And Lair, he's in the back line. He's got a gun, and he's taking out your pharmacy comp.
The neutral tank war is lost by Boston, and Inlair gets the flank.
Don't have the time to wait for more. This is their last chance. At Volskaya, and they've lost the agilities. Custom! Shawfor, dead from afar. And the Hanzo has surely sealed the Valiant's fate now.
Jonak. Nano popped up again. Yep. Janu, though, gets 2, gets 3, with the whole hog of 4K, making a near 5K for Janu, 6K! Janu kills everyone!
That's a nice nano boost onto the whole hog, dealing such a mean.
Persia! Sorry, it's over for you. Color Hex, though, able to win out against Flower. Just find a headshot now. Oh, what is this? What am I watching?
Exactly where they're coming in. And you can use whatever you want. There you go.
There's the EMP into Barrage. Wombo combo time. There's 2, 3, 4 for Rascal. Looking for a bit. Nothing but Rascal in the kill feed until Architect has to ruin it. But we'll take it. 5 for Rascal.
Spitfire now, their chances of sitting in top 6 out the window.
London Spitfire will have to play in the play-in tournament.
저희도 확실히 탑6에 들 확률이 거의 99.9%였다 생각을 하는데
저희가 이제 애틀란타 상대로 져가지고 탑6로 가는 결정적인 기회들이 너무 많았는데 좀 제일 제가 생각나는 건 이미 밴쿠버전일 거예요 아마.
This is a disaster for London. They had this series so locked up.
또 예전보다 좀 더 깨달았고 성장했다고 생각을 하고 제일 아쉬웠던 부분은 실수를 하면서 이길 수 있었던 경기를 더 끌고 가면서 팀원을 좀 더 사기를 저하시키는 게 아니었나.
London is a team that they know how good they are. They know that putting in the everyday effort is going to get them into the playoffs just on skill alone. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this team level up in a big way.
저희 팀이 뭐 잘 안 되거나 아니면 뭔가 기분이 좀 꿀꿀할 때 막 저희 팀이 이제 우승했던 경기들 보는데 그런 거 보면 그냥 자신감이 다시 생기는 것 같기도 하고 저한테 이제 그랜드 파이널 우승을 한다는 건 그냥 오버워치를 하는 의미죠. 이제 오버워치 프로 선수로 하면서는 그냥 이기는 거에만 거의 재미를 느끼기 때문에.
Oh my! Great hold! Oh, the hold! Setting up profit for the 4K.
Wow, that's some great coordination from London.
정규 시즌은 플레이오프를 준비하는 단계. 육상으로 따지면 정규 시즌은 좀 마라톤을 하는 것 같고요. 플레이오프에서는 약간 단거리 경주?
쉽게 말하면 게임 몇 판만 이기면 상금 받고 뭐 우승하는 거잖아요. 그런 생각 때문에 플레이오프 때 다들 좀 더 열심히 하게 되는 것 같고
일단 저는 프로 게이머 생활하면서 이때까지 우승을 놓쳐본 적이 없기 때문에 계속 놓치기 싫어요.
When a new meta descends upon us, it is Prophet who answers the call.
저는 이미 우승을 해봤기 때문에 상상 안 해도 그 기분이 뭔지 느낄 수 있어요.
It's time for the best moments from day 1 of the playoffs. It's State Farm's Emote Control. We talked about Eileen's solid Doomfist earlier on the show, but it appears he's still getting reacquainted with the fist here on Eichenwald. Eileen goes right off the bridge and into the German void. What do you guys think of that one?
See you later. See you later, boss.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, he had the uppercut. He got greedy, trying to maximize the cooldowns. You hate to see it.
Well, that's what you've got to play. If you're the Doomfist, you got to go for those plays. That's why he was doing so well in the match. Just didn't work out that time.
Next, this one is crazy. DM somehow finds his buddy Carpe through the tiniest crack on Busan. I'm not sure how that's even possible, but my eyes are seeing it, so it must have happened. By the way, DM also just missed Roll Stars. He got the 5th most votes.
There you go. I always feel the baby Pog is fitting for this.
I go for Josh Potato
Josh
Pog.
Potato Pog.
Yeah, same concept though.
Cool.
What a shot.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it's fitting because Baby Baser would have made a play.
What was Potato about that? I don't know.
It just looks like a spud.
Oh, gotcha. All right, finally, Carpe and the Fusion could not believe the Dragons were able to survive 2 overtime pushes to finish Gibraltar. This was after an improbable tie on Anubis. Carpe is beside himself, but it was really cool to see some emotion out of this stoic assassin that we know him as. What do you guys think of that?
His reaction is so wholesome. I love seeing player cams.
Bless RNG.
Yeah,
He was
please.
praying at that moment.
He was praying for it to end, but I love
For
that.
it to end?
Well, yeah,
Well, I
pray
guess
for
so.
Gibraltar to end, sure, because he wanted to get the win. I feel like Fusion felt like they played well yesterday. It's just Shanghai outplayed them.
It's like an hour-long map or something like that.
Yeah,
It was great.
great.
All right, guys, we're sure to have a bunch more emote-worthy moments when the action gets underway on our Blizzard Arena stage in less than 10 minutes. The stars will be popping off, and we've got our predictions next on the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Here are some predictions from these wonderful analysts for today's matches. Brennan Sideshow's London bias is finally rubbed off on Zoe. These guys also think that Guangzhou takes out Seoul. Remember, the two winners today advance to our double elimination playoffs next week. And guys, that does it for the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. We got the playoff play-ins coming up. Make sure, stay around, guys. Enjoy the matches. We'll see you at halftime.